Hi guys, this is Matt, and this is video number 2. And if you haven't watched my first video, I'm just doing these videos as a documentation of my weight loss journey through uh, bariatric weight loss and gastric bypass, that type of thing. So, video number 2. Um, Last week, I made a video, said basically that my all-time high weight was 440. Last week, my current weight was 417. I had just started the 2-week liquid protein diet in preparation for the surgery that I'm having done up in Milwaukee at Freighter. This week I weighed in just yesterday, so basically 1 week exactly on the liquid diet. I lost 7 pounds, which wasn't sure if that was a little high, or I'm sorry, a little bit low. I kind of expected to lose a little bit more weight than that, but anyway, regardless, my wife Chantel, she was doing really good on her diet as well, and she actually originally said she was going to do the liquid diet as well. And I said, that's really unnecessary. She got about a day and a half into it and said, yeah, this sucks. So she just resorted to being on a really good diet instead of the liquid diet. And she also lost 7 pounds in a week. So that's really cool because up until now, she's always lost like half of the weight I have. So she weighs half of what I have, and she's about half as tall as I am, and basically, for her to lose the exact same amount of weight as I have lost, that's super cool. So yeah, current weight 410. I'm down 7 pounds from last week. My surgery is next week Thursday, so basically like 5 days from now. March 9th is the surgery date, and one thing I wanted to kind of clear up, I realized after I watched last week's video, was that I made a statement last week, and I kind of continue to make this statement, but it's wrong of me to word it this way. I constantly use the words old fashioned and hard work, and I kind of don't really mean to word it that way. When I say old fashioned and hard work, as far as like what has failed me in the past, I just mean, you know, this diet that has failed me so many times, as far as like going to the gym, changing my eating habits, and things like that, that have failed me because what has happened is I've failed the diet and I failed to change my eating habits. This new, the gastric bypass and stuff, it's no less hard work. It's going to be a lot of mental hard work, and I don't mean to take away from anybody who has done the gastric bypass or any other kind of surgical weight loss, because I realize after watching a lot of these videos that people have posted that there are a lot of negative there is a lot of negative stigma out there surrounding people who have done surgical weight loss, as far as, oh, that's the easy way out. And I myself am battling with that, and I don't want anybody out there to take offense to that. It's still going to be a lot of hard work, and like the surgical team up in Freighter has said time after time, it's a tool, and it is going to help me lose a substantial amount of weight at first. But if I fail to utilize this tool correctly, I can gain it all back. I can gain more weight back. It can be done easily. So I wanted to kind of straighten that out in case anybody's watching this and they take offense to that. old fashioned hard work statement that I made earlier, as far as like, well, what you think anybody who's using weight loss surgery isn't going to be working hard. Yeah, it's not true. So that's not what I meant by it. I just kind of wanted to clarify that. So that takes care of that. One thing about what's going on the last week. So I've been drinking these protein shakes for the last week. I never thought that I'd be able to say that, yeah, I've actually followed a diet plan for an entire week strictly to the T. I've dotted all my I's, I've crossed all my T's. Yeah, like I didn't sneak anything. And I know that what you might be thinking, like, well, what do you want, a cookie? You're not supposed to. Well, that's really big for me because I've always cheated a little, or I've always, you know, rationalized to myself, well, you know what, maybe you don't have to follow it exactly to the T on Saturday because you've done really good Monday through Friday. I've just always done that. So here we are after 7, 8 days, and I've followed everything, and it's been okay. I haven't been really that hungry. The aftertaste is horrible, and I really didn't think. My wife said, "Oh, I'll get you the sugar-free Jello, and we'll get you the chicken broth and the bone broth and all this stuff that they say is going to be helpful." And I was like, "I'm not going to eat that stuff. Why would I do that?" Well, I'm glad because the liquid protein stuff, although it's good tasting, the store-bought stuff, the ready to drink, it's great because it's ready to go, but it does not taste as good as the powder that I have been using. I've been using Muscle Milk. Couldn't find the light stuff, but I use a low fat alternative that still is a low calorie, and it is the right stuff to be using. But this stuff does not taste good that you buy from the store, and but you just can't have enough of the shaker cups always clean, and the blender to always be clean at the right times. And I mean, you're having 4 or 5 shakes a day, and to be having something clean at 7, 8 a.m. every time, and to have something ready at 7, 8 p.m. clean all the time, it's harder than I thought it would be. So it's almost necessary to have something store bought in the fridge ready to go. So anyway, yeah, I enjoy the chicken broth, and I get the low sodium stuff, and I admit I put a little salt and pepper in there, stir it up, microwave it for 2 minutes, and that's like my nighttime ritual. I sip that after I have the protein shake, and that's like a new thing for me. I probably might do that from now on. It's actually not bad. It's almost like I'm having a cup of chicken soup, minus obviously the good stuff like the chicken and the rice and noodles, but it's not bad. I'm kind of almost tricking my brain. So if you haven't tried it, try it. Let's see, what else do I have on my clipboard here? This week, so this is going to be a short week for me at work. Monday and Tuesday, basically, because my surgery's on Thursday. I have to go in Wednesday for an appointment I have for my knee. I don't know if I mentioned it or not before. I have a torn meniscus in my right knee that has kind of been holding me up from like exercising. And so Wednesday I'm getting a second opinion up at Freighter, and I have some other stuff going on that I need to take care of. But so basically I'll be putting in full days Monday and Tuesday at work, and Wednesday I'll be up at Freighter doing that kind of stuff. Thursday is my surgery. Still don't know when. Apparently the surgical team will be contacting me sometime Wednesday, letting me know what time to show up on Thursday. And I also have to pick up some chicken, and my wife and I will be making some purified chicken freezing it in the ice cube trays, and she's gonna try it out too. And they suggest making it ahead of time so that when we come home from recovery, it's ready to go. I also am going to take some pictures because I've taken pictures in the past, but I haven't taken my very recent pictures. So I'm going to get myself kind of a snug fitting t-shirt that I plan to take continuing pictures in, hopefully like every week or every other week in, so that when I do post these progress pictures, I'll get a good sense of, okay, that's the same exact outfit that you're wearing every single week. My voice. Please hold. Okay. Biggest thing that I want to really lay out in the next few days is one of our Weight Watchers coaches a while back really nailed down the whole, if you fail to plan, you plan to fail. And so I know that the next 18 months after the surgery are going to be the biggest window for me to lose weight and to make the most of what is going to happen for me in the next chapter. And so like, I know that I can't just sit still. I need to get back and exercise. And I've never been a big weightlifter, but I know that I want to start doing that. Weightlifting and cardio stuff. I've never been real big into cardio, but I realize that as I lose weight, I'll be able to start venturing into cardio. So I really enjoy biking and swimming. So those will be like my first things to help me get active after the surgery. Apparently, I'll have to wait like 3 to 4 weeks after the surgery before I can like get in the pool because of stitches and all that stuff. But as soon as I possibly can after the surgery, I'll plan to get on the stationary bike. We should be getting our taxes back pretty soon, and I want to get a membership to the local gym here and get on the stationary bike and get some motion going. I'll have to be careful because of the knee, but the stationary bike, low impact, I want to do that. And I guess I'll have to wait like 3 to 6 months after the gastric surgery before I can schedule the meniscus repair in my knee. But that's going to be my next thing, is that once the knee repair is done, probably in like June, July, then hopefully I can really start kicking up the cardio. But all in all, 6 months after the surgery, 6 months after the weight loss surgery, I should be able to be really pushing up my cardio game. And so basically, I really want to be, if my surgery is March 9th, I know some people are going back to work like 2 to 3 weeks out. I know that the approximate window for people returning to work is 4 to 6 weeks. So I really want to aim for that 4 week. Looks like April 10th. That's like my fail to plan to fail. My due date for me to go back to work is April 10th. That's what I'm aiming for. So April 10th, I want to be able to have been exercising, at least on the stationary bike. I want to be working again, and shortly after that, I want to start swimming. And who knows, maybe down the road, maybe getting onto, if the weather's good here in Wisconsin, getting onto the outdoor, actual riding the bike on the roads, and maybe doing some spin classes at the gym, hoping, you know, that kind of thing. Uh, Talk about changing my hobbies, because right now my hobbies are pretty sedentary. Uh, and like when we talk about, well, what do you do for fun? And it's like, well, we do a lot of stuff that doesn't require a lot of motion. And, you know, I used to enjoy things like outdoor sports that were skiing and mountain biking, but now not so much. My weight and my knee and everything kind of prohibits that. But so I want to change my hobbies to kind of revolve around the health and fitness. And maybe it won't be such a chore to go to the gym. Maybe I'll actually get a kick out of taking classes, and maybe my wife and I'll take things like spin classes and these like um, fun runs or mud runs and stuff like that. Um, that's the goal. So we'll see how that works out. Um, you know, I got a note here. It says mentioned. Um, I did get one guy that apparently watched my video. Aussie Weight Loss Journal. Thanks for watching, and also you click subscribe. So apparently, maybe you'll be watching this, and I definitely watched one of your Outback videos, and I'll be clicking to watch some more. And if anybody out there is watching this, or if you know of any videos, especially not just guys, but you know, if you're 40, 50 years old and you're going through this same type of thing, whether it's gastric bypass or not, just if you're a 50 or 40, 50-year old guy and you're going through this same type of thing, like a later in life weight loss journey thing, drop me a line, you know, comment with how I can find your videos or something. And because I'm really interested in how 6 months out, I'm not going to lose my motivation. And because that's my main thing is I think a lot of people can find a way to stay motivated for 2, 3 weeks, but I think it's going to be really easy to lose motivation 2, 3 months out. So that's, you know, one thing that's really going to motivate me is do you ever see Adam Sandler's movie Click with the belly flaps where he ends up losing all that weight? And it's like, that's like a huge thing for me is like, I don't know what I'm going to do if I have this like super flappy pancake thing and I can like assault people with it. And um, like, I don't know if that motivates me to not have the flappy thing or like to get it removed or what, but I think it's kind of funny. And I don't know. Uh, um, anyway, I was jotting down some ideas for future videos and episodes, I guess. And basically, one thing that's really gonna irritate me, I know it is that when my wife is gonna be pushing me, like, hey, you know, you haven't been out there to ride the bike or you haven't gone to the gym. I just know it's gonna happen. It's gonna be a natural thing. How do I not get pissed at her when she's trying to push me to do something? Like, or how do I not get pissed when she's trying to get me to not eat something that I should? Like, that's going to be an idea that I'm going to try and get into with a future video. I'm sure other people struggle with that same thing. Just loved ones in general trying to help you through. And you're like, yeah, yeah, I know you're trying to help me, but it still sucks. So, anyway, that's it. So, like I said, I got like 5 days left before the weight loss surgery is going to happen. And thank you for watching. And I will probably check in maybe a couple days after the surgery just to let you guys know that I am still alive. And I will check in with you at that time. Thank you. Bye.